the Doge itself is actually a legal entity. They just renamed it. So they, or because people were saying, no, Doge is not even a legal entity. But if they just rename USDS from Obama's area, wouldn't that be considered a legal entity now? Or
Yeah, so the USDS was like it took like tech people and had them advising on like the information infrastructure of the United States. So they were private parties. So Obama created that. He built the structure. Now, in order to more quickly organize Doge to be able to get them the type of government access, he just re apportioned that existing agency that never sunsetted and wasn't really doing anything. Like their last 4 or 5 annual reports have reported no activity. They so he installed all the Doge people there and then basically renamed that agency as Doge, which even in and of itself is they call it a department. The executive can't just create federal departments out of thin air. But they really wanted that stupid meme coin, name it in it there. But then from there, so they do maintain a legal structure, but they still have to follow all of the required reporting practices of the Federal Advisory Committee Act, which so far they haven't done.
so, what about Musk like doing all this shit, and even his cronies inside of Doge?
Hey, Jenny, I'm
And
gonna drop down and drop right back up so I can switch
go
devices real quick.
ahead. And then, but what about them not having any sort of confirmation like that and doing all of the work? Is there some illegal activity there, or is this all above board?
Yeah,
Like,
so and that's what one of the allegations was, which I thought that the lawsuit was premature. The injunction wasn't issued. This is where the government actually argued that Elon Musk isn't the head of Doge; he is just a senior advisor to the president. And so I felt like the lawsuit was a little bit premature to try to stop them from doing all of the hypothetical things that they said that they were going to do. Yeah, it's not really above board because a senior advisor doesn't have to provide any public reporting or anything like that. All of their conversations are protected by executive privilege, so they don't want to have Elon do any of the reporting requirements that would be required for somebody who's leading up an actual advisory committee. So it's shady as shit, but it's not technically illegal. And whether it's above board, I guess just depends on your definition of that. It's compliant with federal, with federal law, but it's certainly not transparent.
I got you.
Um, yeah, but I mean, if it does show that that Elon has a direct role in directing the activities of Doge, he can't claim senior advisor role. That the executive privilege wouldn't extend there because he's operating in a capacity of a position that does not have executive privilege.
Gotcha. Damn. Who like?
And I might have missed it if you said this, Law, but always have to add this in because if I don't, I get yelled at. They're acting as within a contract auditing agency, and none of them can audit, right? Like none of them have the certification to audit anything whatsoever. Sorry if you said that. I'll switch accounts.
No, I didn't say that, but it's and here's where the power of the executive kind of shines through because the the he can appoint these committees. They don't, they're executive committees. The president gets to establish what the criteria for membership in the committee is. It's they don't have the any of the credentials to be auditing, but if the president wants to appoint a garbage man to go and audit something, he has the authority to do that. And there's not really a whole lot of legal consequences for that. But I have a whole lot of concern for these incels that he has working on there that have been fired for sharing private confidential company data with competitors who go by online monikers with racist rants called big balls. I mean,
Yeah.
these aren't serious people.
Like
Right.
19 years old, half of them, dude. Like
Yeah.
freaking, like it's so stupid. Like the fact that people are like, isn't it? It's kind of crazy that like the same people that were like.